The back to school AliExpress sale is about to start. This is the next big AliExpress sale. I'm not going back to school and I suspect you're not either, but it is the sort of end of summer sale that AliExpress has every single year. There's 4 big sales, and if you're going to buy anything from AliExpress, not just watches, but anything, the best time to do it is, of course, during one of their big sales. Now, if you're watching this video, I suspect there's a good chance that you'll be considering buying a watch or two during this sale. And if you're thinking of buying a San Martin, there's a good chance it may even be the SN0129. Now, I know a little while ago I said, that's it, I'm not going to show the SN0129 or SN0130 anymore because I've already shown quite a few of these watches to you, but San Martin are continuing to evolve these watches. They're not officially producing version 2s, 3s or 4s. They are just gradually releasing new models, new versions of this model, I should say, with different dials and a few different tweaks here and there. And the latest iterations, well, they look pretty good. So, of course, in this video, I'm going to show them to you. And this time, I'm not going to tell you this is the last time you'll be seeing an SN0129 or SN0130 on this channel because, well, these watches have proven to be their most popular models. And there's a very good reason for that. Well, there's lots of very good reasons. They're just incredible. They are, well, the SN0129 is my favorite model that San Martin has produced. San Martin is undoubtedly, in my mind anyway, the best brand. Well, they make the best watches available on AliExpress. You could argue there are other brands producing better value watches, but if you want the best quality watches from AliExpress, San Martin is where you need to go. And the 2 watches I'm going to be showing you in this video are going to show you exactly why. The first one is a new iteration of my favorite SN0129. It's the one with the stainless steel bezel. Well, they all have stainless steel bezels, but the brushing on the bezel is a sort of sunburst effect. There's no markings on the bezel, and I like the red sort of textured fume dial one. But they've now launched a number of new colours with oil-pressed dials. Now, I'm trying to find out what that means. And if I find out before I edit this video, I'll add something to the screen now. And if I haven't found out yet, when I do find out, I'm going to put something in the video description. So I don't really know much about the process, but what I can tell you is the dial definitely looks different. It's textured, but it doesn't just look textured. There's a weird sort of glaze or finish to it. It sort of plays with your eyes a little bit. Sometimes it looks matte, sometimes it looks glossy. Yeah, there's definitely a sort of strange finish to it. They've made a number of different colours. They've really extended this range of watches. If you can't find a dial that you like in this range of watches now, I suspect you never will. Something else that's changed on this watch is the bracelet. It's not a massive change, but they've added a polished chamfered edge to the corner of the bracelet, which ties the bracelet into the case and the clasp outer shell. So all the way around this watch now, you've got this sort of polished chamfered corner, and it just makes the watch look a lot more classy. There's more light play from the bracelet. It's a fantastic touch. Chronos made a very similar watch a little while ago, and they had a bracelet with this sort of chamfered edge on it, and I think it was one of the things that made the Chronos a little bit different to San Martin's version. But now that San Martin have added it, this has to be the most complete version of this watch, I think. This is also a new SN0129, but this one is a GMT, and there's a couple of versions available. Both of them have very interesting dials. This one has an agate. It's pronounced agate, apparently. I thought it was agate, but it's agate. A sort of orangey red agate dial. What is agate, I hear you ask? Well, it's a semi-precious stone, a silica mineral formed in volcanoes, and it's found in an array of colours, and San Martin have chosen to produce a more premium version of this NH34 powered GMT SN0129 with either an orangey red agate dial or a green jade dial. And because of the dials, you are going to pay a bit of a premium for this watch. Now sadly, this one doesn't seem to come with the upgraded bracelet, which is a real shame. I much prefer the bracelet with the polished chamfered edges. I'd like to see that bracelet on all SN0129 watches, but I guess it's only available on the previous one for now. There's obviously a lot of similarities between this and the previous watch, which had a three-handed movement. It was just a standard movement inside that watch, an automatic movement, of course. But yeah, this has the NH34, so it is a GMT. Therefore, it has a GMT bezel. It is a fixed bezel. It feels fractionally thicker, just a little bit chunkier. If you look at these watches side by side, you can see the side profile. It just looks a little bit chunkier. The clasps are actually different. This one comes with the standard on-the-fly adjustment clasp that they've been using quite a lot recently, whereas the other one with the new bracelet has a slightly different on-the-fly adjustment system. Now, if you look at pictures of agate, if you just type in agate, red agate, into Google, you'll see all these pictures come up, and there seems to be a lot of contrasting colours, sort of streaks through the minerals. So I was expecting to see a lot of that in the dial. There is a little bit of sort of colour fluctuation, waves or streaks of colour if you like, but it's super subtle, really, really is. And of course, with this being a natural mineral, every dial is going to be different. So they're not all going to be the same. And I suspect they're going to look a lot like this. I don't think you're going to get watches turning up with wildly different colours in the dials. I suspect they're all going to look very similar to this, but some may have stronger colour streaks through the dials than others. I don't have the green jade version to hand, so I can't really comment on that particular dial, but I have to say the colour of this dial and the matching chaptering, it's a really sort of rich, burnt orange. It's quite a dark orangey red. There's definitely a sort of glossy finish to the dial. It's quite striking, I have to say. Is it worth the extra money? Well, you guys are going to have to decide. Maybe you prefer this bracelet. Maybe you prefer the on-the-fly adjustment system that comes with this particular version. There's so many versions of this watch now. You really should be able to find something you like if you're interested in picking up one of these different movements. Like I said, GMT, standard three-handed movements, different dials, different bracelets, different clasps. They all look similar, but there are some differences. And I guess that's one of the reasons why I've produced so much content on these watches, primarily because they're just so good, but also because they are producing so many different versions and there are quite a few sort of tweaks and changes every time they launch one. The good news is, well, I've got an SN0053 in. What's that, I hear you ask? It's a brand new model from San Martin, never before seen on this channel. I've posted an unboxing video on my second channel, I Like Watches Too. I'll review that new watch very, very soon, and I am really looking forward to seeing their new SN0144. This could be on par with the SN0129 in terms of popularity. I think this one is going to be very, very popular. So yeah, make sure you subscribe, hit the bell notifications icon, and then when I get those watches in and produce the videos, you won't miss out, right guys? Yeah, happy shopping in the sale, and as always, a massive thank you from me to you. If you choose to use my affiliate links, I really do appreciate it. If not, well, thanks for watching till the end. I appreciate that too. Take care, guys.